I was muted. Morning, Jose. Morning, SC3. All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are already halfway through January, and that is insane to me because I feel like the first of the year just hit. I always feel like the first half of the year always goes so much faster, which is weird because I don't know, maybe not. I was thinking about it because I was like, if you work in like a normal job or whatever, a lot of times you'll have like a day off, like you have all that time off around the holidays, and then January hits and you have like one day off, and then there's like no days off until May, and so there's just like this stretch of time where you're like there's no holidays or anything. You'd think it would take longer, but I always feel like January, February always goes so fast. All right, what's we got on the agenda today? I'm sort of in a collecting mood a little bit, but I do want to test out bounties again. I haven't heard of anybody. I don't think it ever fixed itself, so I don't think we're getting the 2x gold payout for infamous bounties, and I don't think that changed at all. But I do want to do one just to test it. All right, we got 5 canned food eaten, 3 cooked seasoned pork, 1 herb picking contest completed, 1 horse tack updated, 3 non-player enemies hats shut off, 3 player kills and free roam events. I think it's a Saturday thing. There's always a PvP one on Saturday, without fail. Usually there's 2 or 3, so that's actually pretty good. Just 3 is not bad. You could get that pretty easy. 3 player kills isn't terrible. You could just throw on some like incendiaries or like some explosive rounds and go into an event, and you should be able to get it pretty easily unless somebody's cheating. 3 prairie chickens skinned. 2 bounties brought in from New Austin posters. 3 bounty targets hogtied with a reinforced lasso. 2 bounty targets tagged with tracking arrows. 20 carcasses donated within 10 minutes. 2 goods sold to a local buyer. 6 perfect carcasses donated to crypts. 3 antique alcohol bottles found. 5 bird eggs. 3 family heirlooms. Change your decor. Sell 2 moonshine to a buyer. Preferred type to a buyer. Sell within 5 minutes. Blend or craft or use 2 blending tonics. Craft or cook 7 items at a wilderness camp, and revive 2 sedated animals. Overall, not bad dailies at all. Not bad, not bad. Think I've got a resupply I need to do. Yeah. I'm gonna start with that. Get our camp going here. Oh, no, I don't want to deliver. Shit. Resupply. So how's everybody's week going?
For an existence of lazy debauchery. Running a business is harder than it looks. And at this rate, I'll be wearing a marble hat before I get a taste of the good life. So
according to my tracker, I actually got like 8 hours of sleep last night, which is amazing after my last week of sleep.
Dog eat dog and all that.
Hey Jess, how's it going? So I guess the @ handles is a permanent thing now. They were testing it and it would like go on, like turn on and turn off. I wish they would give like, we could give feedback on it. So if they're going to test stuff like that, then the people who are using it should get to like give you feedback and be like, yes, I liked it. No, I didn't. Here's what I liked. Here's what I didn't like. I don't really know that there's any way to get this bag without somebody noticing, because That immediately sets them off. Oh, it didn't this time. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, got a body over here.
Got a body over here.
Goddamn fool.
About to spot another body. Oh, see? Literally, there's no way they could have seen me. Okay, I'm just saying. Literally. Now you're all dying. How about that? Even the witness. The witness dies. I'm just saying. Dumb. Morning, David. How's it going? How do you get your deleted character back? I deleted my level 116 character. I don't think you can. If you deleted your character, I think it's gone. I don't think there's a way to get it back. Did you like accidentally delete it, or like you wanted to delete it but then regretted it? I'd say you could try to reach out to Rockstar support to see if they can like reinstate it, but Rockstar support isn't really that great. They're probably gonna say once you delete it, that's it.
Ah, you're back.
The good news is a 116 character, you can get a character back up to 116 pretty quickly. Turn my sound down a little bit. I feel like I'm shouting. I'm doing great, just a bit tired for an upcoming exam. What do you have an exam on? I just started my classes, and they are both horrendous. I expected, so spring, I do try to go lighter on my classes if I can, like pick classes I think are going to be easier in the spring, just because it is my absolute busiest time of year at work. I already work at a very high volume, in a very high volume department, and springtime is when the biggest conference of the year happens, and I will literally, I'll sit at my desk upcoming for 6 hours and not even realize it, and like not get up to take a break or pee or do anything because I'm just so busy. I just get in the zone of working, and that's basically my early to mid-February to like early to mid-April. Like that's my life, is just horrendously busy. Now on top of that, I'm getting ready to complete my associates. There's a class that is only offered in the spring that I had to take, and it's the internship, which is 90 hours of learning something else. Hello JMH, welcome. And I've got it worked out with my current job what I'm gonna do, so I don't have to do it outside of my work. But I am going to be doing different things. I don't really have time for it, but we're going to do as much as possible. I expected that to be it for the internship class, but no. Like, all of a sudden, she's like, there's a textbook, and there's, like, discussions and in-person classes and all this. And I was like, okay, I was not expecting to have to do class on top of the 90 internship, on top of the macroeconomics class. I expected the macroeconomics class to be my only class this spring. And it already is one of the worst classes that I've had in my entire career of getting classes here, because everything's proctored. And that's the worst. When you have a teacher that's like, I'm going to make everything proctored. And it's very rare that it happens. And I hate it. It's dumb. It's because when it's proctored and it's closed note, especially in a class like macroeconomics, you can't look at any of the formulas. And that's stupid, because in today's society, if you're working, you can look up formulas, guys. You have a phone on you, okay? No matter what job you do. It's not so much, I'm not going for like an advanced degree, okay? So it's not like I'm going to be a doctor and I need to know this stuff without looking it up. I'm literally just trying to get my business degree. That's it. So it's dumb, and I hate it, and I hate the professor for doing it, because I feel like they're like, I'm gonna make sure like these people are stressed out the entire semester, and it's fucking obnoxious. I deleted it and regret it, but do I have to message Rockstar? Is that Brandon? I don't think you can get your character back. You could try to message Rockstar, but like I said, I don't think they care, and I think they're going to tell you you can't get your character back. Like, if you... Hi, John. Welcome. Good morning. If you deleted it, they're just going to be like, yeah, there's no... Like, you deleted it. Unfortunately. Now, like I said, the good news is that a level 116 character is not too terrible to get back up to 116. It's a little bit of a pain. If you have friends, it's easier because they can, like, do wagons and things to get you a lot of XP, or you can get into a group that does that. But yeah, unfortunately, if you deleted it, like I said, the only thing I could think to do is you could reach out and try to message Rockstar. Maybe they can somehow undo what you did, but I don't think, probably not. I've never heard of anybody deleting it and getting a character back. Unfortunately, I have to take a language exam. Ooh, I handle English without any problem. The issue is the second language I chose. What language are you learning? I agree. Second languages can be very difficult. Yeah, I'm just really irritated. Also, our in-person class was Thursday night. I logged into Zoom. I was there at 5:30 when the class is supposed to start, and I sat in the waiting room for about 11 minutes, and nothing happened. So I emailed the professor. And I was like, because the time on it said, like, scheduled for 4 p.m. And I was like, I'm still at work at 4. Like, I can't make it 4 p.m. This class is supposed to be 5:30 to 6:45. And yesterday, she sent out 2 emails. And in one of the emails, she referenced class and was like, here's 2 videos from our class last night. And I was like, bitch, email me back. I was fucking sitting there. Like, I altered my schedule on Thursday to be here for this class. And it's a stupid class. It's stupid for me. I understand it if you're 18 or 19 and you're right out of college, and this is going to be a good class for you because it's going to give you good experience. You're going to get to do an internship somewhere. You're going to get valuable life skills. You're going to learn about LinkedIn. You're going to learn about how to write your resume. You're going to learn about things that I don't give a shit about at my age because I've had a million jobs. I've had a full ass career that I loved. Like, yeah. I can't wait to get to, I hope they don't do it every class, but like, I want a survey at the end of this class so I can just like maybe give them something else to think about for adult students. Like, there should be some kind of leeway for adult students who've had careers in not having to do some of this bullshit. Like, there just should be. So yeah, I just need to get through the spring semester. My only issue is I should have 2 classes left for summer, and neither one of them last time had any online classes. So I think I'm gonna have to do 2 in-person classes next summer, and I'm about ready to just like say fuck it. I hate it. I hate everything. Not doing it. That's where I am. Feel like I didn't get the degree first time around. I'm not gonna get the degree this time because I'm getting to the point where I don't care. French, I can translate it completely and I can speak it too, but the professor we have to take the exam with is a native speaker. Gotcha. Not everyone in the course can understand the language. At that level, he speaks very fast. That's the thing. Gotcha. Gotcha. French is such a beautiful language. Hey, Aiden, how's it going? All right, that's my rant today for classes. Here's my suggestion. Look, it's not even like you have to get a degree to be successful in this world. I'm doing it for reasons. But if you are right out of college, or right out of high school, and you are in college, and you get more than 2 years of college, just finish the damn bachelor's. You won't regret it later. I don't think you'll regret it later. I think the opposite. I regret it later, not finishing it, just finishing it. I had about a year and a half to go worth of credit, a year and a half worth of credits to go. Technically 2 full years, but at the rate I was doing credits, because I was a science major, so I could get extras. I probably could have finished it in a year and a half, and I should have just done it, because then I wouldn't be doing any of this right now. Literally. And the thing is, here's why it's stupid. For jobs that I'm like sort of looking at down here, they don't care what your bachelor degree is in. You could get your bachelor degree in anything you want to. They don't care, as long as you have the bachelor degree. That to me should tell you a little bit something about the stupidity of it all. You could have gotten your bachelor's 30 years ago in art science. I don't even know. I don't know what's an art degree. And then go and get a business job and be able to apply for it and get it over somebody who has 25 years of business experience but doesn't have the bachelor degree. Just because you have the bachelor degree. And that drives me crazy. Because it's not like I'm not qualified for it. And most of the time they do bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. But the problem is they only count experience pretty much at their job. They don't count past experience, which also is stupidity. Basically, guys, just find yourself a sugar daddy and just forget all about school. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. All right, let's do new Austin bounties. I think my rant's over. My boyfriend flew out here to visit this week, and yesterday he went home. All of us cried. Oh no, I didn't realize your boyfriend wasn't in the area. That's always sad. I always feel like I don't get to see mine enough right now either. How's the weather in Florida? It's cold right now. It's so cold. It was like they're calling for like flurries in parts of Florida right now. It's pretty chilly though. I mean, it was below freezing. When I woke up Friday morning, there's like frost on the windshield. I don't know why I'm going outside of town. I need to go to the bounty board. Yeah, it's pretty cold, which is wild. Cold in Florida and Virginia, we have snow coming. I'm not surprised, James. I'm not surprised. It's so cold down here. I feel like the north should be getting snow right now. The fact that they're calling for like flurries, and I think Tallahassee is just crazy. I hear it's cold in I think it just swapped lobbies. Because, yeah. All right, we're going to test out an infamous bounty here. I'm sure nobody's been getting the bonus, right? I haven't heard of anybody getting it yet. I think it's just well and true. I don't think they're going to fix it at this point. So I think it's just well and truly broken. All right, let's get our stopwatch up. I'm not usually one to cry like my kid was actually confused. Aw, it's okay to cry though. I cry too much probably. 16 in Colorado. Ooh, 37 here now in, is that Washington? WA is Washington. Then again, the sun isn't awake yet. Wait a minute, are you on the West Coast? Is it 6 a.m. there? That's so early. What are your thoughts about the Hungarian half-bred horses? At the moment, he is my favorite. His name is... Ooh, I don't know how to say that, so I'm not even going to try. I love them. They are probably, I would say, one of the best of, like, the big horses, in my opinion. Actually, I've got a... Oh, I got to start my timer. Oop, no, I don't want to quick join. Should be Luna with 2 O's. I think I always get the like gray one for Arthur in story, but this is my favorite girl, Luna. Which one do you have? Kiddo wakes up at 5. That's so early. This is why I don't have kids. I also like getting to the point where when I have a dog, they sleep late with me too. Like they're at that perfect age where they like sleep in. So this is my favorite of the Hungarians. This is Luna. She's so pretty. If you've played story before, and when you like chapter 5 to chapter 6, and you can pick this horse up randomly. Not randomly, it's at a specific point, but I'm trying to be kind of vague. Oh my gosh, it makes the ride with the song so much better when you get this horse. Alright, let's get Luna a cookie here. I live in Denmark and it's negative 12. Oh my gosh, that's probably Celsius though, right? Which is not, is still cold. I don't know how that translates. Let's Okay, that's 53 Fahrenheit. That's not terrible. All right, I was thinking that was going to be a little bit colder. I was thinking that was going to be like 30s for us. I'm assuming, unless that's Fahrenheit, unless you did the transition there. Like, negative 12 Fahrenheit is unreal. Having kids changes everything. I agree. I agree. I was never opposed to, like, having a child necessarily. I just didn't want to birth a child. At this point, I don't want to screw a child up. So, no kids for me. Unless an oops. You know? You have the fully brown one. Okay. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'll actually get that one because you can find that one in the wild and story in like the plains and stuff. So when I go into chapter 6, sometimes I'll get it for John. Or not chapter 6, epilogue. But yeah, I would say that's probably just my least favorite color of the 3 because I'm more of a dark color horse girly. Grays, blacks, or even whites. But like, there's definitely plenty of horses that are brown that I do like, but it's just, I tend to prefer these. Wow, this is a 4-person bounty. Okay. All right, this is fine. This is fine. We might have to kill them. Leave Luna behind. Ardens are typically my favorite horse overall, just like the looks like the horse Hercules. I wish that the gray Ardennes was in online because that's my favorite color. My only issue with the Ardennes, the strawberry one is just a little bit too bright for me. Like a little bit too unnaturally colored for me, I would say. The other one's okay. I have the other one on my secondary account, but the gray one is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, this is an Outlaw Pass main. It's hard to see in the dark here. I'll have to show it in the light. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to see. This is an Outlaw Pass main. Unfortunately, they're not available right now if you didn't get the Outlaw Passes. I keep hoping they're gonna bring it out as like rewards and the monthly stuff, and they haven't yet. My girl and I have been together 15 years and agreed not to have any, I'm assuming, kids. Yeah. Oh, give me a second. My allergies, dude.
One way or another, I'm coming out of this with a promotion.
All right, we're just gonna go for it. That's fine. We don't have to take him alive. Oh! Oh, Bounty Target has been killed. I thought he escaped already. I was like, what? Oh, the other one's running. That's fine. We'll just take 3 in. That's okay. I'll take 1 alive. Okay, sounds good. Brandon, thank you so much for being here. Sorry about your character. You just got a network error? Oof. Oh, actually, I still see the... Still see the skull over there. He might still be in the fort. Nah, he's running. Look at him. Never mind. Is he running? Yeah, he's running. I can't see him, but he's running. That's fine. I'm not gonna chase. I'm just gonna grab these 3.
Jesus Christ!
It's why this is gonna be the only one that in my body has a bad habit of needing blood transfusions. Yeah, that can be pregnancy and birthing is so hard on the body. All right, 1 alive, 2 dead, 1 escape. That's fine for 4. The fort can be a tricky place if they run out. This one's beautiful too. This Shire. Again, wish the black one was in story, but all our friends have kids and none of them are together today. It's wild. That's crazy to me. Like, I understand it happens, and no judgment or anything, but at the same time, like, I can't imagine having I have a coworker who has a child, she's got a teenager, but she also has a 4-year-old. And she co-parents because she's not together. They're not together anymore. He's a bit of not a nice person. But they do co-parent fairly well, which is good. But it's really tough when you're not together with somebody, especially if it was not an amicable thing, to try to like co-parent a child. And I just personally can't imagine it, especially when it's like a you guys hate each other type of thing. You love your PS5 Slim. That's good to hear. We're gonna have to maybe throw this guy over the edge. I wonder if I can just like walk off with him here. I could probably just walk off with him here. Yeah, perfect.
Hey, I got a bullet for you, rat.
Ah! I need to move my thumb.
Jesus, come on now.
Sir? Sir, you get to ride with the dead bodies? It's okay. It's okay. I have a PS5 Pro, only because my PlayStation broke, and my boyfriend bought me the Pro, because he's ridiculous. And I would say it's probably not necessary to get a Pro. I mean, yes, everything looks beautiful, but like I don't notice too much difference between the regular PS5 and the PS5 Pro. By the time there's any games that would like maybe benefit from it, I feel like it'll be ready to get a new PlayStation. I was gonna totally say hi Frodo, but that's Fordo, F-O-R-D-O. But now I want to say Frodo. Welcome. Hello. Sorry if I butchered your name. I glanced quickly. I had to go to Xbox. PS5 could never... Oh, we couldn't find one during the pandemic. Yes. Oh, shit. We got a blueberry nearby. A blueberry. If they decide to be hostile, I don't have much choice because I'm in a wagon. I love that this has now rerouted me to... It's going to reroute me to Tumbleweed. We're getting too close to Tumbleweed. Two blueberries. Don't bother me. I'm testing something. Don't bother me. In trying to get the footage for the horses the other day, man, it's the first time in a long time I've been shot at that many times. I included some bloopers at the end of that video. Both video and audio bloopers. I wasn't going to put the audio ones in, but I was laughing at myself. I was like, you know what? I'll include them. If anybody sticks around that long, they'll get a little laugh maybe. I built a new computer before the price hikes and it's fantastic. Yeah, I'm so jealous because my boyfriend's been offering to build me a computer for a while and I'm just like, with I'm being in school, like I feel like I won't get the benefit of it. Like I don't want to spend the money and have you put the time in. And now I'm starting to regret it because yeah, I don't think I think we're getting to the point where like pre-builts are going to be better than building your own. You're not going to be able to really build your own for an economical cost, which is kind of a bummer. Fordo, thank you so much for the $5 donation. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. It's your birthday and you're giving me things. You should be getting all the things. Do you have any plans for today? Anything special going on? Appreciate the dono. Thank you so much. All right, we're at 11 minutes, so I'm going to wait the extra minute to see if we get any type of bonus. You're going golfing today? Nice. You must not be in a frigid area then. I can't even imagine. Even going golfing down here right now, it's so cold. I tried to go for a walk the other day, and I had to turn around after like 8 minutes. I was so cold. I was like, it's not supposed to be like this down here. What do you think is next month? Collector month? I'm so ready to sell my 130 sets to Madame Nazar. Holding them a pretty long time. Nice. Congrats on the 130 sets. I have not been collecting at all. I have nothing. I might have a couple sets. Maybe we could be about due for a collector month, potentially. I feel like sometimes they swap out and do like a non-roll. Like they'll do a couple rolls and then they'll do like non-roll. So it could be a non-roll month. Could very well be collector though. I'm still waiting for my new PC parts to be delivered. The processor has arrived, just nothing else. Did you get like good deals? I think you can still get some decent deals on a lot of stuff, I hear. But I do hear that it is swaying in the other direction of pre-builts being better. It's too late now. So like I looked at some of the parts, so I locked the RAM in at 320. It's now $600, and then the SSD was also around that. 300, and then those are sold out. Yeah, a lot of, so I think the issue is two parts, right? It's like some stuff sold out, you can't get it, and some stuff's just becoming so expensive. I like it here, it's so laid back. I try to be. Sometimes I get a little like yelly. Sometimes I get a little agitated. You should watch me play Fortnite. Lots of yelling. All right, we're over 12 minutes. I wasn't paying attention.
Justice can be terrifying, can it? Put the body out for the coyotes, and I'll get your money.
Hey, I brought you one alive, okay? Okay. So we got 0.32 gold. Okay, so yeah, so the gold is well and truly broken for infamous bounties, which is such a bummer because double gold on infamous bounties is actually really good when it comes to bounty hunter. We don't always get double gold on infamous bounties. Like a lot of times there's like double gold on like legendaries, and there's like bonuses on regular bounties. But the infamous ones are the better ones to do overall in terms of like the money that you earn. Whoops. I'm gonna do a regular now, and we're gonna check out the like how much money I get for a 12-minute. Because at 3 times payout, it might work out, but we just got, like, what was that, $71 for, it was a little less than 13 minutes for an infamous. So I want to kind of test the 3 times. Because I think it'll work out about the same. Oh, we could get the last guy in the, I'm going to want to go ahead and do, yeah, I want to test this. Alright, start our timer. Because I still think a 2-time payout for infamous bounties is going to be better. Not better, but like as good maybe even than regular bounties. Alright, we're going to have to run this timer down a little bit before we go toward him though, because I want to make sure we can get a full 12 minutes. So let's grab a couple collectibles maybe. I am on PlayStation. On the PS5. Oh, blueberry coming in. Howdy. We'll do a little... Whoop. Sorry, my guy. I was just doing a little fancy bow. Get out of your way. Alright, let's see. What do we got around here? Oh, we got a coin right here. Let's grab that coin. Yeah, I want to get in and do some more collecting. Because I'm starting to feel like collector. But I honestly, if collector comes up this month, I won't have time. Between work and my classes, I will not have time to do much collecting. So I don't need it. Like, I just find it fun. Like, I find it fun to see how many Ooh! Okay, no, I needed a gold quarter. Oh, actually, I only had 1 gold. I didn't have any gold dollars either. I sold everything the last time we had a collector, and I just haven't been collecting. So, where are my coins? I probably need the quarter still, though. Yeah. The gold quarter. I still find it fun to, like, see how many collections I can get. But, yeah, timing is just a real issue. I need to win $1 million so I can just game with you guys all the time and, like, stream and, like, get a better setup and do all the things. Is that allowed? Can I do that? I wonder though if I would like it less if I streamed like more often. Like, well, that's not true. I used to stream all this like much more than I do now, and I loved it. I don't miss. So shortly after I started streaming, I don't even know how long. My Discord did get a bit ridiculous. I don't miss the aspect of trying to manage lots of different ages and people, because I got to the point where I was like, damn it, guys, you are grown-ass adults. Like, please stop fighting. And if you're gonna fight, go somewhere else. Because I'm not your mama. Alright, I'm not your mama. And I really don't want to get 800 DMs every day talking about how this person said something, and I feel like I'm back in kindergarten. I don't miss that. I'm not gonna lie. PC is a cool way to have private lobbies so you can avoid the hackers. Yeah, that's a good thing. So necessary on PC, for sure. Like on PlayStation, hackers aren't really a big deal. Cheaters are. Like people using Cronus, people using like subtle cheats. It can definitely be an issue on PlayStation. Hacking is not, thankfully, just because of the nature of PlayStation, not a big issue. So we don't have to deal with your like modded lobbies and stuff that you guys have to deal with. I used to watch all your RDO streams around 4 to 5 years ago. After a long time, I came back to Red Dead now on PC, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Glad to see that you're still around playing this awesome game. So you probably witnessed some of the insanity of back then. I'll admit, as a new streamer, I did make some mistakes when it came to how to deal with people. I had to learn, I had to grow. Which was a good thing. Like, it was a good learning experience, even if some of it was awful at the time. But, hey, Braytech, how's it going? I feel like I handle things a little bit better now. Dude, it's only been 3.5. There's like no collectibles around here. I don't want to go yet because I feel like we're not going to get enough of a timer. I've got one more collectible back here I can get. Let's go back to this one. I think too, when I first started, so I'm not an online gamer until Red Dead 2 came out. Like, I didn't play online. I didn't play, you know, most people who are gamers and they started, like, you guys played like Call of Duty and Warfare and like whatever all those games are. Like, I did none of that. I was not an online gamer. Red Dead Online is the first game I played, and it took a while for me to get comfortable in the online setting around other people. And for a little while, I allowed certain people and groups to influence me to become like that trolly, like, trash talk online person, and it really was not me at all. I hated it, and I sort of allowed that to influence me, and so I'm glad that I kind of got away from that and realized that, like, yeah, this isn't me. Not that I don't get irritated or upset or like say stuff, but for the most part, like, I feel genuinely bad when I hear some of the trash talk that people engage in. And I'm like, oh, what if that person's going through a really hard time? So I'm, like, not good at it at all. On PC, I have a workaround to enter lobbies with no players. Otherwise, I get a broken lobby every time. Yeah, I know Jess plays in... We'll play in solos. There's a way for me to get a solo on, sort of, on PlayStation. Well, there's two different ways. One, there's the poker table lobby that everybody can do, which I don't ever do because anything you do that's going to take you out of that lobby, like, you can't do when you're in a poker table lobby. And then there's dropping your MTUs down. So on PlayStation, you can drop your MTU settings down from like 1500 to 800. And it basically, what it's doing is like constantly shifting lobbies for you because the internet's not quite strong enough, I guess, to stay in a lobby. And so you just end up in a solo lobby naturally. But I think it does affect the activities you can do a little bit. Like, for example, you couldn't go in and do anything like a race or PvP or anything like that. I don't know if it affects doing infamous bounties or not, though. Is this guy hiding behind his horse? Or am I imagining it? He's not there. Okay. That horse tried to commit suicide.
This ain't gonna be pretty.
I have a 2-minute timer. Shit. Of course, the first person I shoot is the bounty. Alright, I don't think we're gonna get him back in time. I don't think we have enough time to get in there and get him. Alright, I have to take out this guy. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Come here, come here! On a good time! I don't think we're making it! We're not making it! There's no way. I need my horse. There's too many enemies. Luna, Luna, be brave. Luna, I need you to be brave, girl. I got a minute 20. I need you to be brave. Come here. I need you to be brave. Let's go. Shit, I'm gonna have to try to shortcut this. And the rocks might stop me. There's no way. There's literally no way I make it with 58 seconds. If I can get up over these rocks, maybe. But these rocks will stop you a bunch. Come on, come on, come on. Time it just right. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, maybe. Maybe. There's hope. That's a good little shortcut if you don't get caught on him. If your horse gets caught on him, though. We make it! No, no, don't reroute me. All right, we don't even make 9 minutes, though. That's crazy.
That's simple enough. Here's your due and nothing less.
All right, well, for 8.5 minutes, let's see our payout. So at 3 times payout, we get $37. Now, that's not a fair comparison, though, because I did almost 13 minutes on the other bounty, so I did twice as much. So it'd be probably about the same if you double that, if it works out that way. 36, it would probably be around $70. So a 3 times payout at regular bounties, I believe, is probably very comparable to a 2-time payout on an infamous bounty. I always do that path with a legendary bounty. Every once in a while, my horse gets a little bit hung up there, and so you get kind of stuck, and it takes a minute to get out of it. Here's the other thing I hate. When you do the 3-star, you can't then do the infamous bounty. So dumb. All right, let's test another one, because that didn't work. I didn't want to do that one, because that's a 1 money. That'll affect it. I think that'll affect it, too. Ew. Okay, we might have to just, try it again. I have to get one more lasso anyway. Hey, Juo, how's it going? Welcome. What movie are you watching? If you can hear me. You probably can't hear me because you should have your sound down if you're watching a movie with your wife. Can you kick Gypsy a little bit? Tell him to watch a movie with me. We were supposed to watch Elf at Christmas time and we never did. It makes me sad. Yeah, I imagine on PC solo lobbies would probably work a little bit different because you're not doing it. Ours are Poker table lobby and MTU lobbies are both artificially creating solo lobbies. Yep. Watching Karate Kid from the 80s. Nice. That's a good one. Wax on, wax off. Do, do, do. We don't really have similar tastes in movies, so sometimes I just want to cuddle up and watch Harry Potter, and I know it hurts his soul. All right, I'm pretty sure I need one more lasso. Let me just double check that real quick. Oh, I need 2 more lassos. Okay. Oh, that's right. I had to kill the person in the last one because of the time. Or I didn't intentionally kill them. It's just the first person that I shot at. I feel like wherever your gun goes when you're in that situation, it's going to be the bounty. I'm pretty sure I don't have tracking arrows either. I got 1 tracking arrow, which is not enough. If you don't do it, you get a broken lobby every time, which sucks. Lobbies have been, for a while, pretty stable here on PlayStation. There was a time when lobbies were super broken and that nothing worked. There were no animals. But I would say we're in a pretty good place most of the time. 2 days ago, I had a rank 7 try to last me 2 times, and then he shot at me, so I shot him 3 times, and then he left the lobby. Oh, those rank 7s. I don't know what rank the guy was that shot at me when I was doing the horse video. He, like, shot me once, then got off his horse and ran up to me, so I figured he was probably going to try and last me. I got on my horse and ran, and then I was like, you know what, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to get footage, so I just closed app and restarted it up. So I don't know what rank he was. Could I have shot at him? Yes. Was I gonna have to change lobbies anyway? Also, yes. That better not have alerted anybody. He's literally all the way over here. Problem is that Rockstar decided to use peer-to-peer, which isn't the best option. Oh, it's terrible. That's why you will have lobbies that are not great anyway, because it's peer-to-peer and it's not dedicated servers. But also, it's why you're not as protected. Like, your information is not as protected. On the flip side, because it's peer-to-peer servers, they'll probably stay up a lot longer because Rockstar's not having to pay for dedicated servers. So the fact that they're not really updating this game and they're not giving it any attention, if it was dedicated servers, they might, like, not want to pay for that. She's just sitting there on her horse. Okay, that's sort of what I wanted to have happen because she was, like, on her horse. I knew she'd ride away. I mean, you're the dumbest criminal in history. So it's sort of a catch-22. It's like, are dedicated servers way better? Would it be much nicer? Would the lobbies be a lot more stable? Yes. But I'm like, if they're gonna sort of abandon the game, peer-to-peer is, like, better. Because I think you can still get into Red Dead 1 lobbies, honestly, online. They would have shut them down a long time ago if it was dedicated servers. Luna, you're so brave, girl. You're so brave. I know you're getting shot up right now. You're so brave. Let's give you... Ooh, way to shoot hats off. Nice. Excellent. Can I get somebody else coming forward here? Who else? Who else has hat can I shoot off? Alright. Let's give you a cookie. I only have a 4-minute timer. We are not getting long timers for these. Holy cow. New Austin bounties are not in our favor today. What do you think it is about a Red Dead that keeps you playing after so many people abandoned it? For me, it's like just the horses and the landscape, the ambiance. For me, I don't mind repetitive games that do the same things where I'm not doing something new. I like being able to log in and, like, know what I'm doing and, like, not having to learn something new, if that makes sense. So I love playing new games, but they're stressful, trying to learn everything at the beginning. As somebody, I think part of it is just, like, I have anxiety, and if you're somebody with anxiety or you know somebody with anxiety, things like this help calm your mind. So, like, for example, when I watch a TV show, a lot of times I like to rewatch a show that I've already seen before that I know that I like, because it's familiar, it's comforting, I know how it's going to end, I know that I enjoy it, and I know that it's not going to be something where I might watch it and I might hate it, or it might make me sad, or whatever. If I'm going to watch a movie, I'm more likely to watch a movie that I've seen before, for the same reason, like that I know, that I've seen, I know I like, I've watched before, I know what's going to happen, because it just kind of is like a calming, comforting thing, and it's the same thing with games for me. I like to play Red Dead because I can mount up on this beautiful pony and I can ride around this world that I absolutely love, and I can just, like, my brain can relax a little bit. but let's be real. Mostly it's the horses. I'll literally log in and then just walk my horse around like this sometimes. In a beautiful part of the map. And just relax. I'm about to reinstall Red Dead 2. I miss the horses. I need a break from BG3 and Divinity. Yeah, sometimes you just need a break too. Do I play this game as much as I used to? No. I don't. And that's because I do have some other games right now that also give me that feeling of comfort and like relaxation. One game I'm really into right now is Disney Dreamlight Valley. I absolutely love it. I'm having so much fun. Like, and I'm not a decorating person. I'm not like a comfort gamer, like love to get stuff and decorate, but I'm actually loving it right now. And it's just kind of fun to create something. And I think the game does it in a way that feel like I have a very creative like soul, but zero talent, like zero creativity talent. And so this game is like giving me a way to be creative and like the process and like what it looks like without having a ton of talent for like that sort of thing. So I'm playing that a lot. Obviously I've had some other single player games lately that have taken a lot of my time. So Ghost of Yote, absolutely beautiful game and I love it. Again, it has horses. It's got horses. I'm probably going to like it. And I am doing a New Game Plus playthrough. AC Shadows is a harder one for me. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I actually don't really enjoy playing it that much, if that makes sense, like the combat. I'm also trying to pick up The Witcher 3 again, and I hate it. I love the setting, and I love the characters, and I love the dialogue, and I love the missions. I freaking hate the combat. It's terrible. There's something therapeutic about the Wild West. I feel as well saying it can't pretend to be a cowboy. 100%. It's so therapeutic to be in this game. Like, even right now, like, just chatting with you guys and, like, just walking my horse through this setting, like, it's so calming and relaxing to me. And I'm in a position now where, and I'm sure a lot of people, where I don't get shot at that much. Like, we've seen how many blue dots today? Nobody shot at me. That's pretty typical. I'll go through periods where I have, like, a week or two where, like, everybody shoots at you, but it's so rare now. And, like, most of the time, this is it. Even if you see a blue dot, normally they're leaving you alone, which is good. I don't know if some of that could be my rank, because people are less likely to shoot at me because they think because I'm high rank, like, maybe I'll be good, but I'm not. So, yeah. I totally get it. I have anxiety, too. I had a disorder with panic attacks a few years ago, but now I'm a bit better. I totally get what you say about comfort and familiarity. I'm glad you're doing a bit better because that is terrible. I've never been full-on diagnosed with anything, so I won't say that I have like a diagnosis of something, but I do have nightmares at night, and I do wake up and sometimes it sends me into a panic attack. And just even that little bit of, because I don't have like daytime panic attacks or anything, but even that little bit, like, it's horrendous. I so feel for people who have to deal with that on a daily basis, and they have to deal with it like in their waking hours as well, because it's pretty bad. I wish I could have shown my dad this game. He would have loved the horses and given the doggos pets. I don't know what I just ran over, but I'm so sorry. I didn't actually see our payout for that, but it doesn't matter because it wasn't really comparable. But yeah, I think that's why I keep playing, because I really just, I love the familiarity. I love the login. I love my horses. All right, let's go back to camp and reassess. For me, during this busy period of study, my happy places are Red Dead and the ranch where I work with horses and other animals. Yeah, and I agree. Same. Like, when my brain is like so busy, and like, this is a place I can just kind of log in and take home a little bit. And I still enjoy all the stuff. I still enjoy CTAs. I still enjoy doing the bounties. I enjoy collecting. The only roles that I don't really invest too much time in now are trader, because I don't really shoot. I don't like shooting the animals. I know they're fake, but I don't like doing it. So I don't do too much trader. Moonshine, like, I'll sell when there's a daily, but I don't typically do too much with moonshine nowadays. And naturalist role I wish was better. I wish there were things. This is terrible as a game, honestly. You think Red Dead's a terrible game? Like, why do you say that? I'm interested. Like, Red Dead Online maybe not as great as like the story Red Dead 2. Like, Red Dead Story 2 is arguably one of the best games of all time. Red Dead Online is just lacking in that it removed aspects of the story that they shouldn't have, and then they just didn't keep building on it. I was diagnosed and prescribed heavy meds, but decided not to go down the med route. You know, it helped me a lot. Cognitive behavioral therapy and just creating better habits in my daily life. I do agree. I do need to, like, push to go. Like, I'm just... If I could schedule with a therapist online, I probably would have done it already. What's a hot take? But the fact that I have to like call someone, I feel like introverts need a place to like schedule online. If I had been able to schedule with a therapist online, I would have done it already. Like not a I don't want to meet with somebody online. I'd rather meet with somebody in person. But like I want to go onto your website and like book an appointment online without having to talk to you. Harriet hearing you. Look, it just... I definitely identify with Harriet more than Gus. I hate Gus as a character. He's condescending, especially the female characters. But they could have done so much more. There could have been like really cool things with photographs. Oh, the terrible game take. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was like, oh, I hope that wasn't like... Somebody once said that it was a hot take there that Red Dead 2 is arguably the best game of all time. And I was like, arguably it is. Whether you like it or not is not the issue. Does Red Dead 2 have problems? Absolutely. Is it the best like mechanical game of all time? Like no, absolutely not. Is it arguably the best game in terms of story setting, interactions, free roam shit, like how characters interact with each other, like things that you come across? Yes. There's so much that put that it was put into this game. Like it's crazy to say that it's not. How to lose weight in the game? You can take a weight loss tonic. You can also actually to gain weight you can eat and fast travel a bunch. That's a good way. I don't know if it's the opposite if you fast travel without eating, but you can actually take a weight loss tonic. Actually, it's on my bar somewhere, right? I always forget they're on the bar. Maybe they're not on the bar. Might not be on the bar. Anybody know where my weight loss tonics are? Tonics. Oh, here we go. Do I have any weight loss tonics? Hardy tonic. Weight gain tonic. Why can't I take it? Oh, I think you need to be off yours because you like... This is so disturbing, guys. Rockstar is such a troll. Here's what happens when you take a weight loss tonic. Wait for it. She throws up. It's so terrible. Oh my gosh. I'm not just a bit better. I'd say I'm much better. I highly recommend that kind of therapy if you struggle with anxiety or depression. That is good. Thank you for recommending that. I do need to get on that, honestly. Mostly just for the nightmares at night. It's the biggest thing. Red Dead 2 needs an invite-only lobby. I agree. I agree, it does. Okay, I still want to test out regular bounty, but man, we're struggle busting here. We've gotten like some terrible times. I'm gonna go to Emerald because those are usually pretty good bounties. Usually give some time. Sorry for touching so much on the anxiety thing. I just love sharing what helped for me. All the best to you. I appreciate that. No, thank you. I love talking about it. Like that's partly why I stream, is just to chat with you guys, honestly, about whatever, like anything and everything. And I think mental health is not addressed as much as it should be, especially in the here in the States. Like, people are struggling with real things, and I hate it when somebody's like, oh, life's hard, just get over it, because yeah, life is hard, and yes, I still function fine, and I go to work and I go to school, but like everybody can benefit from talking about stuff that upsets you. All right, we can do 2. That's fine. And sometimes you do have a genuine like chemical imbalance where you need to be medicated. I just don't medication doesn't mix well with me, so I gotta run, but I'll try to watch your streams more often. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate the conversation. I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, let's see if there's some collectibles over in this area. We can just run the timer down a tad. We do have our timer going. It's so foggy. I like Harriet because there's just something about her. Gus too, he's totally different, but I like seeing all these different personalities in the area. That is true. That is true. I always say, like, I get why people hate Harriet. Like, I understand. It's annoying when you're trying to do something and she sprays you and you're down for 5 minutes. And I'll have a thought on that, which I'll share in just a second. But I do understand her. She might not be going about it the right way. I'm not saying what she's doing is okay if it were like a real life situation, but I do understand her. She's frustrated. She's trying to fight for something that she believes in. And here's the thing. Rockstar intentionally put 2 opposing characters in the game. This is what they thought. They thought people aren't going to do... Like, they wanted people to, like, sort of create a fictional character and do things that were, like, almost like creating an identity, do things that were, like, built into that identity. So I think the idea was eventually there was going to be so much stuff in the game that, like, you wouldn't necessarily do everything. So you would either be, like, a outlaw or you would be, like, on the side of the law. And so I think they thought people were going to, like, create this character and they were going to be like, okay, if I'm a good guy, like, I'm going to be, like, a sheriff in the town or, like, a bounty hunter. And I'm going to go and I'm going to, like, you know, hold up the law and, like, bring in criminals. And if you were, like, an outlaw, you would go and you would, like, rob banks and you would, like, blah, 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 do whatever. Unfortunately, one, there's not enough content to, like, do that because you would maybe get bored. But also, like, of course, everybody's going to do all of the content. Like, even if you're out there robbing banks, you're going to still go and do a bounty hunter. Like, that's just not how people think in video games. So I think the idea with Gus and Harriet was that you would choose one or the other sort of to, you know, like, align with. So you were either protecting the animals or you were hunting the animals. And they were like, oh, but you can only get certain legendary animals behind Harriet. That was the point. That was the whole point. Because the consequence of hunting for Gus and taking stuff to Gus and, like, hunting for your camp was that Harriet will not be happy with you. So the consequence is a 5-minute cooldown. I don't think that's terrible. Because it's just a consequence of being able to access that character because you chose to do things that she's morally opposed to. And 5 minutes at the end of the day isn't that long. You just go to Harriet first, knowing you're going to get sprayed, and then go do something else for 5 minutes and come back. It's not that big of a deal. But people make it a bigger deal than it is. Like, oh my god, I gotta wait for 5 whole minutes. Crips always asks about Maggie. Yeah. He's a little sweet on her. Alright, I might regret this because we might not get enough of a timer again. Let me brush my horse first. But we're going to use the scoped method here. Let's get you looking all pretty, Luna. Try to hit some of the points that I know that the bounty can spawn. Oh, it's a little bit foggy, so it's a little hard to see. Trying to set myself on fire. This girl is on fire. I wonder if the house gets in the way. Alright, I know there's a spot over here. Well, maybe it's not going to work. Nope, there we go. Ah, nice. Alright, we got a 9-minute timer, which is actually technically enough. Might kill one and drag the other one. Although I do have enough time to get out my bounty wagon, but if we're up high, bounty wagon's not really going to come up here. Oh, there you guys be.
Hey, jackass! You need to leave.
Hello, sirs.
Let's put some goddamn holes in. What in the hell? This is how you'll drive.
So sorry.
What the hell?
Should have been a better shot. Just saying.
Shit for brains.
Ooh, these have been good looters today. Like, I've gotten several collectibles off of them. Very nice, very nice.
Go to hell.
Go to hell. Have we had a daytime cycle since we talked about these mains? I didn't show it off if we did. And it's 10:05 p.m. I guess we were just in a daytime cycle. I was not paying attention. I was chatting.
Jesus.
No, no, I don't want the hat. Get off the hat.
Trouble when I get out of this.
Alright, we can actually probably run to the prison wagon. Do 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 do. Welcome back. What time is it over in Denmark right now?
Damn sakes.
I feel like it's got to be late or early, depending on your perspective. Oh, actually, okay. It's probably not as late as I was thinking.
Lord.
You're probably, what are you, probably 5 or 6 hours ahead? I don't know why I was thinking 12. That's like Australia. 12 or 14. All right, Luna. All right. Luna's like right with me. Okay, girl. It's the way a warhorse should be.
To hell with all that.
So like 4 o'clock. Okay, yeah. So
I'm gonna get out of these
okay,
ropes
so that's
and
6 hours.
strangle
6
you
hours
with them.
ahead. Not bad. I always forget when Cassie's here. It's always super late, but she's in Australia. Super late or super early, depending on how you look at it. I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah, I know where Denmark is on the map. But I do have some geography like knowledge.
Mother of God.
It always is funny to me when they like go out and they interview people out in like just in places or whatever, and they like ask them questions about the rest of the world. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna be able to name you where every country is, but like I have a general idea where a lot of countries are. I was like, you guys did not have a good geography class. Ah, shit. Fuck. Stowe! He's gonna get away!
Damn it all.
Damn it, he's pretty far.
What the hell are you thinking?
I was not paying attention. Excuse me, sir. You could have just stayed on my horse, you know? You know?
I'll make you pay for that.
Okay. There we go. Can people log onto Red Dead character they buy off of websites?
What
You
the
mean like
hell?
buying a character? You have to buy an account, I believe, to do that. Which technically I think is against the rules and could get you banned. In some games, at least. I know in for Epic, like, if you want to buy a Fortnite, like somebody's account on Fortnite to get a bunch of rare skins, like that's a bannable offense. And I agree, yes, I would not do that because you could easily get scammed. I agree with that as well. All right, what time are we? Because we're at 9:35. All right, I'm gonna put the dead guy on my horse and turn in the live guy. I'm gonna wait just another minute or two. I know every single country in their flag, not even from the U.S., but I just found it important to know the U.S. states, so I just learned by heart in 2 hours. That's nice. That's good. Once upon a time, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect at it now. I'd have to, like, do a couple minutes of study, probably. At one time, I could label all 50 states and their capitals on a map, but, like, it's been so long, I'd probably have to review them first for some of them. Like, I was thinking the other day, Colorado is actually a little bit lower than I thought it was.
Look where you're stepping.
Colorado is under Wyoming, and I was thinking it was... Oh, you
This one
bastard.
bigger
It never
Looks
does
like
that.
a
My
little
horse ran in and it turned the second one in. Oh, I only had a minute left to
be on
go
my
to
way.
hit 12 minutes. Oh, the bounties are not being very kind to me today. Okay, at 10 and a half minutes, almost 11 minutes, we made $126. Okay, I lied. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you're trying to get money, maybe regular bounties are the way to go. That was a pretty hefty sum, and we only hit just shy of 11 minutes. I think the best way to learn geography is to travel. I think that is definitely a good way, especially I know a lot of people don't like to travel, which I don't love traveling. I don't love being away from home. I would love to see a lot of places, but I don't necessarily love the process of traveling. I think a good way to like get out of your comfort zone and like experience other cultures is to go travel and to go live in other places, because you get very like tunnel vision if you live in one place as to what's going on in the rest of the world. But if you go and you like visit those cultures and you see the architecture and you meet the people and you see kind of I think that's important. Yeah, I'd have to refresh my memory a little bit just because it's been so long. Anybody growing up in school in the States, you ever have the 50 Nifty United States song? 50 Nifty United States from 13 original colonies. Anybody remember that one? That was one way that I could get all the states on a map super quickly because they were in alphabetical order. It's like Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois. And it's amazing what your brain will remember. I probably learned that song in elementary school. Do you know how many years it's been since I was in elementary school? A lot of years. It's been many moons. But I still know that song. The only part of the song that I have trouble with is the new parts. So like New Jersey, New Mexico, blah, blah, that like section in there, because they all start with new. And so I just right now, if I didn't review it, I would forget like which ones go first while I'm singing it. But it is amazing what your brain will like remember. It's crazy. Okay. Gotta shoot off one more non-player enemy. Prairie chickens, canned food, season board. We do all of this. Horse tech updated. There's family heirlooms. All right, let me see what kind of collectibles we got, like, in the Great Plains area. Oh, got quite a few coins and stuff. You know, I'm going to go to Strawberry and then go south. There's a lot of collectibles in that area. I think it is more important to know your own place well before traveling abroad because there's so many things to discover near home. I do think that, but I think some people just like live in the same place their entire life and they never go anywhere else. So you probably do know your own place really well. Here's the thing too. If you live in the United States, you don't even have to travel abroad necessarily to experience different types of people and different types of cultures, because every state is sort of like its own little mini. It's not quite as much, like it's not as much of an extreme as if you live in the States and you go visit like Europe, or you go visit like, you know, Australia, or like it's not as different as that. But if you live on the East Coast, traveling toward the West Coast or the Midwest is still going to give you a different experience. And the United States is like so big, like you could just make it a mission to like travel somewhere different in the United States to experience different landscapes, different biomes, different people, different cultures. Like there's a lot of land here. So you don't necessarily have to go. If you can't afford to go to Europe, for example, and you live in the States, you could travel somewhere else in the United States and still get to experience different, like, differences in where you live. I'm from Switzerland. It's really small, but you have so much to do here. Switzerland, I feel like it would be very beautiful. I've never been to Switzerland. I've never been to Europe. I've been, as far as, like, traveling outside, I've only really been to Canada. And I think that's it. Just Canada. I hear somebody nearby, but I don't see a blue dot. Oh, it's an NPC. That sounded totally like a person. Oh, there's the blue dot. Okay. All right, let's go get this coin up here.
Welcome back, man. Glad you're here.
Cat, I don't want to run over you. Keep going. Kitty cat, what are you doing? Kitty cat! Trying to get run over. I experienced it with my uncle the first time I went to the US with him. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to experience. I think it's good to... We get it a little bit here in the channel because we are all talking with people in all different parts of the world. We have people that are in the States. We have people who are in Europe. We have people all the way in Australia, Middle East. We've got, you know, Japan. Like, so we get to talk with people that are in different cultures, which I think is really important too. Like, I get to experience some different cultures through you guys. And when you tell me about, like, where you live and, like, what you're going through and what's happening. And I think that's a good step. I think it's good to just not always talk to people who are exactly like you and who think exactly like you and live in the same exact place as you. I think that's where we get into where we see right now, where we have the extremes in the States of two sides that are fighting against each other. And it's mostly just the extremes. They're just the loudest voices. Instead of trying to kind of like learn a little bit more about people and like what they're going through and experiencing. And like finding a middle ground. Because when you disagree with somebody, you're never going to convince them to come to your side. They're never going to convince you to come to their side for the most part, especially if you're talking online. They believe what they believe because they what they believe. I'm not saying they can't be influenced. I'm not saying they can't change their mind or start to believe what you believe. But the goal shouldn't be to change their mind. The goal should be to find our common ground and find out how we can compromise and move forward and make change that is effective in that middle ground. Because again, you're probably never, it's like politicians when you think about voting, like you think about voting for our president. You're never going to agree with any politicians running 100%. Not every policy is ever going to be everything you would want, but you have to think about like what's most important. And then also, again, where we can compromise in those differences. Like maybe you think something should be done this way and they think something should be done this way. Let's find the commonality. How can we put this together and how can we move forward to accomplish the goal? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, and I'm not saying the extremes because there's a lot of extremes right now, want the same thing. We just think that there are two different ways to go about it. And so we have to figure out how to like combine those to move forward to accomplish the goal that we both want. And you're dealing with people, so that's never going to work 100%. If people aren't willing to listen and compromise. If people aren't willing to listen and compromise, then it'll never work. You're always going to have those extremes opposing and butting heads. Unfortunately. Alright, let me get this alcohol bottle. And unfortunately, that's when things like wars happen. Which, you know, I'd rather not live through. If that's okay with anybody. Sounds pretty terrible. I'm getting hungry. I am drinking this smoothie though. One thing that stuck with me is my love for horses and working on a ranch, a passion I still have thanks to my stay in Texas. I think that I could like some aspects of like being on a ranch. Oh, I don't know why I'm going here. There's not a coin here. What am I thinking? You ever try a cream cheese smoothie? No. I don't think so. I'd rather my cream cheeses be on a bagel. I hate that you mentioned cream cheese now because now I super want a bagel. Bagels were buy one, get one at the store when I went the other day, but I was like, my cart was kind of, or like not my cart. I always take a basket. I was like, my basket's already too full and heavy. I'm going to pass. And now I really regret that because I want the bagel. I think when I log off though, I got stuff to make for anybody who's new here and probably doesn't know, like, not that this is a big part of my identity, so please don't run for the hills. I'm a nice person, I promise. I'm vegan, so I don't eat animal products. So one thing that's really hard, and the only reason I bring it up, because there's one thing that's really hard to find is like donuts. So I think when I log off today, I'm going to make a Boston cream donut. I got a recipe and I've made it before and it's like really good. The only thing is I don't fry them, which I think would make them come out better. I just don't want to like put oil in a big pot and like, I feel like it's such a waste for like a couple donuts. But I think I'm gonna try that recipe when I get off today because I'm now really craving a bagel, but I think the donut will do it if I can get a good one. I was thinking of making a smoothie now that I have gout, sad fate. I was thinking like you can't have a smoothie or you want to have a smoothie because of it. My smoothie is pretty simple. It's just, what do I have in here today? Probably almond milk, a mixture of local frozen fruit. So blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. I have a scoop of my Cost protein, vanilla protein powder, and a little tiny bit of creatine's in there as well. That's pretty good. The cost is pretty good. I don't know if that's how you say that. I was doing Vega protein, but they... Oops. I feel like they messed with their recipe, and it's like kind of grainy now. There you are. Come on, that was definitely a headshot. It's only 1 star anyway. Hey Kratos, how's it going? Too busy upgrading my cool massive spaceship on No Man's Sky. Nice. I'm glad you found another game that you're really into. You got a kind cake at Walmart? What flavor? Are you vegan for a reason or dietary stuff? Just because of how, especially in the States, our current way animals are treated in like the animal agriculture. So it's an ethical thing for me. But there are definitely benefits I have found eating mostly plant-based. But there's 2 different things. I could eat, and sometimes do, eat a bunch of like vegan junk food, which is delicious. When I'm eating a little bit healthier and I'm eating more like plant-based, so whole foods, so like vegetables, fruits, grain, whole grains, you know, I do see the health benefits of that as well. But for me, it's completely ethical. Oh, a king cake. I thought you said kind. It said kind cake, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but is so what's a king cake? I don't know what a king cake is. I don't know what a kind cake is either. So only taking me 6 years. Those are pheasants. I need prairie chicken thingies. All right, let me grab this card, and then there's another collectible nearby. No worries. I was just confused. What is a king cake? You should play as a vegan. How do I play as a vegan? Like never killing anything? I don't like killing the animals in the game. I do it very infrequently. Sometimes you can't help it. Like the wolves and the grizzlies and the cougars that attack you, like it's hard to run from them sometimes, depending on what you're doing. But at the end of the day, these are 1s and 0s, so that's where I'm just like, come on, it's okay. I'm not really doing it in real life. I used to ride American style before leaving for the US for the first time, but I have to say working on the ranch changed me, and being with the animals teaches you so much. I've done both. So I used to ride when I was younger, English, and where did my camp just go? Did it go behind me? Okay. I used to do like a little dressage, some jumping. I don't think my teacher was the best though, and so I had a little bit of a negative experience with her, and then we showed up one day and she just like wasn't there, and I just stopped. But I've been on a few like trail rides and stuff since then. I'm really picky about like where Google king cake. You can't just tell me what it is. I'm really picky about how they're treated. So if I'm going to go on a trail ride, like I'm very picky about the farm and like how their animals are treated, and as everyone should be, but like I'm a little bit more sensitive nowadays as well. All right, let's just drop this off
Supplies
here.
are starting to run low, just so you know.
Hey, Madison, how's it going? Welcome. That would be Homer Simpson's going on strike and still having a steak. It's at Walmart. I'm looking at the complete opposite. I lost a ton of weight, 70 pounds on a carnivore diet, low inflammation, but I have a type 1 diabetes, so it's hard to be on a carb diet at all. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm, aside from the ethical thing, obviously, I would never be carnivore. I'm a little bit concerned for people that I know that are on a carnivore diet just because it's not very well studied, and the early studies are not super promising for the long-term health effects. That's just me personally. Like when I look at that, for me, it's not just like when I look at diets, because I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I like to look at what the research says, what the studies show, And like short-term studies are pretty good for that stuff, but I'd like to see more long-term like studies done to know like health benefit wise. King cake is yummy. Okay. Interesting. I've never seen that before. It's a delicious Mardi Gras treat. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen king cake before.
You know, I keep hearing talk about this traveling mystic, Madame Bazaar or something.
King cake is a sweet brioche-like pastry, often shaped like a wreath. That's a tradition for Mardi Gras and Epiphany, featuring cinnamon sugar filling and purple, green, and gold icing or sprinkles. That's crazy. I've literally never heard that before. I always watch your streams, especially when having a meal. You're easily one of my top 5 YouTubers. Thank you so much. That's like super kind. Thank you. I prefer Western style cowboy. I have ridden Western a little bit, but mostly my background is English, so I don't know. I'd have to ride more Western to see if I have a preference. All right, there is a collectible somewhere over here. Actually, we should be pretty close to it. Like here? I looked at it. It's something I can pass up. I'm not a big... I will say that I'm not usually a big, like... there's not a lot of different sweets that are like... You know, somebody who, like, really likes sweets, but they like a wide variety. If I'm going to eat something sweet, it's going to be chocolate. And I'm not a big, like... I don't keep, like, pastry. I'm not a big pastry person. Like, I don't keep pastries around. I don't really keep a lot of snacks around. Like, I'm not too big on snacking. I have to, like, be in the mood for it. Every once in a while, I'll crave something. So let's say every once in a while, I'll crave, like, wild berry Skittles. And literally, I'll eat, like, 8 of them, and then I'll feel sick because of the sugar. Like, the just all the crap in it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to finish the bag and just feel ill, because I have no self-control. That's why I don't keep that stuff around. But, like, sometimes I'll crave something like that. But I'm not a big, like, I don't like like, people who like a lot of pastries and desserts and stuff like a wide variety typically. So they're like white chocolate raspberry and pumpkin whatever. And I'm like, if I'm eating something that's like a sweet, it's probably chocolate. And that's it. I was supposed to ride English, but when I was little, I'd fallen in love with quarter horses. My very first American paint. Nice. I think that would be fun. I'm sure there were Western... Maybe there... I don't know if there would have been Western places nearby when I was growing up. Because where I took lessons, it was all English, I believe. I remember doing a horse show when I was younger, and I was on the biggest pony in that place. And so, like, it was one of those ones where you had to, like, transition, walk, trot, canter, and stuff without really showing that you were, like, using a lot of leg. Like, they had to be smooth transitions. And my horse was so big, I was like, you can't feel my legs at all. You don't care that I'm pressing on you harder to go faster. Plus, he's a fat little pony, so he's like, I don't want to go any faster. Pretty sure I came in last place on that one. Hey, Vladimir, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Sorry if I butchered your name. Apologies. Ad handles really do make it super tough when new people come in. I always feel so bad. Hey, Turtle, how's it going? It's been a while, I feel like. Unless you were here last week and I'm just losing my mind. Oh, I think we have a defended camp nearby. Help is on the way, dearies. Let's go save the people. Come on now.
Could use a hand here.
I'm here.
Son of a bitch.
Oops. don't know where my gun didn't follow. Alright, Luna. Run for your life, girl. I'd like to shoot a hat off, please. None of these guys are wearing hats. Why ain't nobody wearing hats? I was here last week. Had it been a while before that? I feel like it'd been a while before that. You were here last week. Right after I said that, I was like, I think he was here last week. My guns are being terrible. I'm just trying to shoot off your hat. It's gonna kill me. Why won't you? There it goes. Oh shit. I didn't realize I don't have my right tonics on. These guys are gonna die. Where's my tonic? I'm surprised they haven't died already. What is happening with these revolvers right now? Holy shit. You see that? The bullets are, it's like I'm shooting blanks. It's always hilarious when that happens. Alright. Just gotta stop running around, get my shots. Before that, it had been a long while. Okay, as soon as I said it had been a while, I was like, I think he was here last week, though. But I think it was a long time before that. I'm doing really good. I got a good night of sleep last night, which is nice. I got a lot of schoolwork to do today, so I'm really glad I got that sleep. Ooh, one of the things I have to do for my class is we have to read... I've got it over there. I don't remember what it's called. It's, I think it's the Dark Knight Returns. And it is the graphic novel. And we have to read that and do a paper on it. So I got to start reading. I read book 1. There's like 4 books. And I need to keep reading that. Woo! They're being chased. Look at that. More blueberries that didn't even bother us. It's so fantastic. People are behaving themselves today. Amazing. Now, the other day when I was trying to get the horse footage, nobody was behaving themselves. NPC bulletproof. Sometimes your shots just don't hit the way you think they're going to. Do you have any poison bullets? No. Poison arrows? Yes. Some of the other day on one of my videos was, why did you start with a poison arrow? That's the hardest one. And I was like, oh, when you're going for the big cats, like the poison arrows can be super helpful because if you're not a great shot, but you still hit him in the head, like you can still get the perfect pelt because the poison will work to like drop the animal. I was like, I wouldn't have thought that would have been the worst one, but I guess everybody just like uses different things and some things are better for people than others. The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel for school. I need to join that ASAP. It's for my macroeconomics class. So we're going to be talking about themes such as like, you know, policy and like, I don't know, other stuff. It's not going to be a super fun paper here. I'll tell you exactly what the paper's on. It's raining here in Big Valley. Really? It's not raining here yet. That's weird. Like usually the servers are the same. I did hear thunder though, so it's probably going to start raining. Okay, so let's see. Let me log in. I don't think I do have to put in my code. Shit. Okay. I wish this would just keep me logged in, but it doesn't, and it's annoying. This girl is on fire. Alright, let's see. Like, it could... I understand how this could be very interesting, so, like... Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, I just... Okay, Saving Gotham, a macroeconomic case study for The Dark Knight Returns. Okay, to apply macroeconomics concepts to a fictional setting... This serves as a critical thinking and application exercise within this course of macroeconomics. Evaluate how well you can apply macroeconomic principles to analyze the socio-economic conditions of Gotham, using The Dark Knight Returns as a case study. The novel raises questions about the role of the individual versus the state in solving social problems, the limits of centralized control, and whether institutions can plan safety or morality, how spontaneous order compares with top-down enforcement. And so you're reading it and you're basically, I had to choose 2 of the 4 themes: central authority, spontaneous order, intervention, or individual responsibility, and then write answering the questions, like the questions that are below. So it's actually, the instructions are a little bit confusing, but like one of them is: the government in The Dark Knight Returns struggles to maintain order. Graphic novel question: do we see Gotham's government solving problems effectively, or does Batman's individual action provide better results? General question: can a centralized authority ever effectively manage the complexity of society, or will it always be limited by incomplete information? So like, that's the sort of stuff. Kratos, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for the good times. Oh, that makes it seem like Red Dead's on its way out, and that makes me sad. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate you. I wonder if they'll ever do like a Red Dead 3 and like a new Red Dead Online and do it the right way. Probably not. This is probably like, will eventually be the end of an era, I feel like, which is sad. I know a bit about English writing, but I'm hopeless at it. That's what I'm used to. Whoops, we're gonna fall. Oh no, we didn't fall. Okay. So like, I feel like if I were younger and like into school, like that would be super interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm reading, and look, I'm not a big graphic novel person. So I'm like reading this and I'm like, first of all, it's a little confusing on what line you're supposed to read first sometimes. Anybody ever read a graphic novel and think that? You're like reading it and you're like, do I go across? But like, what about this one here? Is this in the same line? Should I go down to that one? Is this in the same like quarter section of the page? Or is that like the line for the second row? So that's a little confusing. And then I feel like The Dark Knight Returns is like in the middle of the story. So I'm reading stuff and I'm going, what happened before? Like what, cause I like Batman. I've watched a lot of the Batman movies, but like, I don't really know the history of all the things. So like something happened. The reason why Batman has like been retired or not invisible for 10 years, and like something happened. He doesn't talk to Dick anymore. And so I'm like, what happened? What happened to Robin? And then something happened to this other guy, Jason. And I was like, did he die? What happened? And so I like feel like I'm coming in the middle of the story and I'm just like, I'm confused. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now. And I like sort of feel like I need to read the other stuff or at least look it up to understand context. But yeah, graphic novel. I'd rather read a novel, you know? Gotham is an interesting choice, though. Why not something like Iowa or Wyoming? I guess they're just doing they should just wanted to do a fictional place. Plus, Gotham is so over the top. I think that's part of it. Of like, it's like so over the top. Like most places in the United States wouldn't be like that, I guess. And I guess also you don't want to pick something that could potentially like maybe piss somebody off if there's disagreement as to how, if they live in that place, like how it's going. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go grab the coin over by Gus. I gotta go. Well, I don't have to talk to Gus. I just have to listen to him. All right, little lady. If you're a female character and you've ever dealt with Gus any length of time, you know he's condescending. Come on. You know it. The Dark Knight Returns is the end of the trilogy. Okay, do these follow like the movies? Like I've seen the first 2 movies. I haven't actually seen the last movie with Christian Bale. I don't know why. I think I have it. I don't know why I haven't. And when I say have it, that's how long I've had like a DVD of it, because I don't even use DVDs anymore. Nobody uses DVDs anymore for the most part. And I was like, I don't even think it's opened. I think I bought this DVD and I might still have it in like, even though I don't ever watch DVDs anymore. It's crazy. End of the trilogy, if we're talking films. If it's the comics, graphic novel in your case, it's a lot more complicated. Gotcha. Yeah. It is the, whoops. I'm not paying attention. It is the, oh look, it's raining now, David. It is the graphic novel. Yes. And I assume because the comics are like ongoing, like there's a lot more to the comics than the movies. But I'm just like, I'm going to have to look up and see what happened, because now I'm curious. You can't drop me into the middle of a... More like The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I don't even remember. What's the order for the movies? I don't remember. Batman Begins. For the Christian Bale ones. Batman Begins. What was the second one? I do like Christian Bale's Batman. Hey, Hoof Girl, how's it going? This is a wisteria over here. Yeah, grab that. I think I need to get some creek plum. Oh yeah, now that it's, I know it's raining, but now that it's daytime. Away this bush. So yeah, this is one of the oh, I'm down low, so it's, my horse is so tall and I'm down low right now. I turn you around, but the lighting will be bad. This is one of the Outlaw Pass mains and tails. This is the wild tail, which blends it together. And then this is not the sleek mane, which is not the frayed mane. I forget what this one's called. You can do it opposite too, so you can do black bangs up front and white on the bottom section. I think it looks super pretty on her because they're coloring. I still use DVDs. Yeah, some people still use DVDs. I just don't. I don't have a DVD player. I could put it in my PlayStation. Basically, if you watch Batman versus Superman, that's basically the type of Batman from Dark Knight Returns comics. A lot more grizzled and less tolerant. Yeah, definitely that's what I'm finding in the graphic novel. Especially because apparently he's been away and he's coming back and like he's older. Oh, I think that's a bear behind me. Bears are sweet. Besides, have you ever seen a bear with the 50-foot feet?
Nowhere left to run.
There's nowhere left to run. I love how my bullets just aren't connecting. Must be in a janked up lobby. Bam! Not paying enough attention. Batman Begins, Dark Knight, then Dark Knight Rises. Okay. So I think it's Dark Knight Rises I haven't seen. Is Dark Knight Rises with the... What's the guy that's got like the bag over his head? Or whatever. I can't remember my villains here. Like, not the bag over his head, but his head is the bag, or I don't know, something like that. Look, I'm a little rusty on my Batman right now. I've mostly watched Marvel the last couple years. Also, like Batman versus Superman, I never watched that one because I'm just like, why? Why are they opposed? Are they fighting? Do they hate each other? Like, it's okay if you hate each other, but you're both good guys, right? You're supposed to be on the same team. I don't want you to fight. That's like my least favorite of the Marvel, the MCU series was Civil War. Like, why are you guys fighting with each other?
They're all dead and hellbound. Everyone.
His head is the bag. Scarecrow, thank you. Yes, his head is the bag. I was like, is he wearing a bag? Is his head the bag? I don't know. He's got a bag. He's got a bag for a head. Scarecrow, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I told you I was rusty. Aw, Luna. Eating some foods. I don't even want to bother you. This is such an awkward angle you're standing at right now. Alright, I probably should like check my guns and clean them. I have not been paying attention as I've been shooting today. Yeah, they're a little janky. I should watch that. Is the last one any good? If you've watched that series, is the Dark Knight Returns any good? Or whatever, the last one, the Dark Knight Rises, any good? Is it like worth watching? If I haven't watched it in all this time, am I missing something? Okay, here we go to what are the best like Batman Superman movies to watch? If I were like, I need to catch up. I've watched the latest Superman and it was not my favorite. It could have been, but there were like things in the movie that irritated me, so it like took away from what probably would have been my enjoyment of the movie. And look, this is not a thing where I'm like I don't even care who did them. I don't know the people who created these and filmed them. I'm not getting to the war as to which director is better. But I did like Henry Cavill as Superman. I also like Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. He was in the TV series. Morning, Rose. You haven't seen it yet yourself. Okay. Yeah, I need to watch. I feel like I need to watch it. For me, and I don't want to get, if you haven't watched the new Superman, like I don't want to spoil or anything, even though it's been a while now, but like there's a certain thing that Lex does in that movie, and he does it all throughout it, and it really drove me insane. Like really insane. And it like took away from my overall enjoyment of the movie. Maybe I could get shot while I'm in Ooh, my bad. Realize I had a gun on. We'll do a little fancy bow. Alright, I'm gonna go get this coin over here. Oh no, they're following me. Do animated shows count? Sure. Uh-oh, somebody crashed back there. They don't have a good little Luna like I do. With her good footing. I heard him crash and burn. Oh, their horse is actually dead back there. They're having to revive it. I feel bad. The new Superman grew on me, but I did not like Lex at all. Yeah. I probably would need to watch it again. Okay. Close your ears if you don't want any type of spoilers. Like, this isn't even a spoiler what happens in the movie, but if you don't want to hear anything about the new Superman, like, just close your ears for the next, like, 30 seconds. Starting now. The whole, like, chess playing, like, whatever, like, C4, like, blah, 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 whatever, with the fights with Superman was dumb. It was fucking dumb. It was so dumb. And he did it the entire movie over and over and over again. It was the dumbest shit ever, and I hated it. And it, like, I was so irritated over that part of it. Like, I think it took away from my overall enjoyment of the actual movie. Whereas he probably could have been a really good Superman, and I always appreciate characters when they approach things a little bit differently. So I know a lot of people, like when it comes to, let's say, Spider-Man. A lot of people have a favorite Spider-Man, and some people, because they have that favorite Spider-Man, they'll talk about how terrible all the other Spider-Mans are. Like, they can't I'm like, I appreciate something from each of the Spider-Mans because they bring a different aspect of the character, and I think that's pretty fun. When you have a character and you sort of bring a different, like... Ooh, I think my stream quality just dropped a little bit. If we're lagging at all, apologies. I like it when a character... I don't want 8 million remakes where the character's all exactly the same, you know? I like it when they kind of bring a little bit of a different side of that character. Yes, 1A. That's fun. So, like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was, like, a little bit more mature, a little bit more serious. Shit. What's his name? Not Tom Holland. What was the other Spider-Man's name? What is the actor's name? I can't think of his name, but he like brought like the more like technical brainy side. I felt like the more like really smart, like that kind of nerdy side. And Tom Holland brings like what you would think of as like Spider-Man, like a young kid who's a little... Andrew Garfield, thank you. Andrew Garfield was a little bit more of the, like I said, nerdy, very smart. They were all smart, but like you felt it more with him. And then like Tom Holland's Spider-Man was a little bit more what you expect. Like, is it thundering outside right now? What the hell? Very young, awkward, still growing, like... No, that sounds like a truck out there. And so hey Skittle, how's it going? And so I felt like each one of them like kind of brought a good aspect. And I think it can be the same way with Superman's, Batman's. Like, it's nice to see different interpretations of a character. And I get people who want to be like comic loyal, and I'm not saying they have to go too far away from that, but it is cool to see sort of different like aspects of them, I think. So I think I could have liked this Superman, this kind of lighter, not as serious Superman, but Lex just drove me crazy. Now, okay, Rose, I never watched Spider-Man 3, so I don't have that negative association of Tobey Maguire with like those movies when it comes to Spider-Man, because I didn't actually watch 3, but I've seen the memes. Like I've seen the memes, so like I get that. But I only have like Spider-Man 1 and 2. And like for me, people talk about how he was like the worst Spider-Man. Some people either think he's the best Spider-Man or the worst Spider-Man, and like there's not a lot of in between. But I was like, I don't know. I think he was a really good, like, I think it was a good representation of Spider-Man. And, like, what you would go through as a kid if you got powers. And, like, different things that you would feel. And people love to say, oh, I would never do that. But I was like, if something like that happened to you, like, you don't know how you'd react, honestly. I did not see Batman versus Superman. I have not seen that one. I sometimes, like, don't like it when superheroes are fighting, though. That's why I said, like, Civil War is my least favorite of the MCU. Ah. I liked Lex. He was very petty. Okay, so yeah. I think I'm a little bit, like, what's the word I want to what's the word I want to say? Jaded is not it. I think I'm a little bit not even biased, but towards Lex because I love Smallville. You guys ever seen Smallville? It's the TV show. The problem is they made me like Lex too much. Like I love Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum is a great actor and I love him. And I really liked Lex from a respect. I liked how they portrayed him as a young kid who was spoiled and rich, but at the same time was like trying to learn how to be a friend and like help people. And they made me like him too much. So I got to the point where I had to stop watching Smallville because I was like, I can't see your evolution into evil. Like I can't watch this because I love you as a character. And while I'm someone that like, I'm never going to give villains a pass because I'm like, I don't care what happened to you in your childhood or your life. That's no excuse for hurting people. But at the same time, I was sort of like, you know what? You guys sort of influenced Lex to go that route because, like, you didn't have to trust him with your secrets, but, like, you didn't have to treat him the way you did when he was genuinely, like, trying to do good for the community. And he was, like, even the episode where he trades himself for the hostages, knowing that he could die. And, like, I mean, his dad didn't love him. Nobody appreciated it. And I was like, man, this is sort of your guys' fault too. You know. I saw Batman vs. Superman, I think once or twice, but I don't recall much of it. I wasn't feeling Affleck as Batman, but I get he might be fitting of that bulkier version from that specific era. Yeah, I haven't seen Affleck. Who else have I... You know what? I'm really behind on my Batmans, guys. I haven't seen Affleck as Batman, and I have not seen... the worst one I feel like is going to be... Edward Cullen. What's his name? I'm really bad with actors and actresses' names, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with their names. Or Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter. I know their character names, but I don't ever know their name. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. I don't know how yeah, I don't know if I have to watch it at some point, but I don't know. I feel like I have such that association with him as Edward, like... It would feel weird to watch him as Batman. Somebody said he was a really good Batman, though. I don't remember who I was talking to once was like, yeah, he was like one of the better Batmans. I was like, really? Really? I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I'd have to watch it, but like, I feel, is that true? Is he one of the better Batmans? All right, what else we got around here? I'm just kind of riding around aimlessly. Wayne Cullen. I haven't seen that one. Okay. I don't know who told me that. I don't remember. All right, let's go grab some family heirlooms. We need to get 3, and there's like 3 right in a row here. Oh, no, I don't want camp. I don't want to move camp. I want to set camp. Anyway, okay, anybody who's watched Batfleck was based on The Dark Knight Returns, so he had to be that bulky. He was an amazing Batman, very comic accurate. Okay, you've convinced me. I gotta watch it. How about Robert Pattinson as Batman? Anybody got any thoughts on him as Batman? I feel like I could definitely see Affleck. I don't hate Ben Affleck. I don't love him, but I don't hate him. I don't really have a lot of... I don't watch a lot of his movies. I don't have like feelings one way or the other toward him. I could see him though. Physically, I can see him as Batman. Like Robert Pattinson, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's Bruce Wayne. Oh, well, okay, yeah. Are you talking, Rose, are you talking Affleck or Pattinson? Pattinson was okay. Okay. Somebody must really like Robert Pattinson. I remember who I was talking to that was like, yeah, he's one of the best Batmans. And I was like, really? I was like, I feel like I'd have to watch that to believe it, because I don't believe it. Movie magic can really surprise you with the casting and sneak up on you. I agree with that. 100%.
Oh, okay then. No harm done.
No harm done. All right. Is this the one in the third house down here I need? Pattinson. Yeah, I can't see it either. Like voice-wise, like in my brain, it doesn't track. I feel like I would have to watch it to believe it, and then I'd have to make a decision. No, it's not in there. What am I doing? Over here. Is that Pattinson you're talking about? Was a really good Batman who highlights the more detective side of Batman. And to be fair, he was in his second year of Batmanisms. I do like the detective side of Batman. I do like that side, like the sleuthing side. I want to be excited for it because he's done so many different roles. He's very talented, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just a weird. Sometimes it's not a good. Sometimes it does catch you off guard, and you're like, man, I wouldn't have thought this would have been good fitting, but it was really good fitting. But sometimes it's not a good fit. You're like, no, this was a terrible casting. I'm trying to think of some other terrible castings. Really, Luna? I think that was a black bear. You just bucked me over a black bear? Holy shit. Luna's like, I've had enough of you today. Luna's been really good today. Luna's been really solid. All right. Was that a little like... Was that a little like, you're like, okay, I need a break? That was her way of telling me. Sometimes, I know this is weird, guys, but sometimes I just sort of let my horses tell me if they're not feeling it. Calm you down, we'll give you a cookie, and we'll pull somebody else out. I get it's a video game, I'm not crazy. But you know, you treat your ponies well, they'll treat you well back, I'm just saying. You have to watch The Batman 2022, it's so good, very gritty, you can almost taste Gotham. The Batman. Alright, I'm gonna write that one down. The Batman 2022. This is the Piebald Tobiano, Hungarian half-bred. Sorry, it's nighttime, so it's just gonna be really, really rough to see this. Get her in frame there. Oops, it automatically goes when you hit info. So this is her. She's beautiful. She's done really well today. Like, even when those one people are shooting at me, she's like, she was staying right with me the whole time. She has done a good job today. She's big. Look how big she is. You can tell with the female characters when you have a horse that goes over a certain size. I think the warm bloods do this too. I only use my right hand to pat. Usually your left hand will come up and touch the front of them, but when they're really tall like this, you don't get that. It's kind of a shame. All right, let's see. I feel like I haven't had... I had Belladonna at the beginning. I think I haven't had Shadow Effects out in a while. Goodbye! Go back, get a nice warm meal in the stables. Mine is a dark thoroughbred, a racehorse. Yep. Taste it, I live here. JK, it's not crazy, I swear, it's more of a city full of clowns. I can't imagine living, so I sort of, oh, cougar. My bad, I wasn't paying attention. Come on, Shadowfax, come on. Yeah, that was my bad. Alright, we'll get the big game meat at least. I sort of live in a city. I'm gonna put city in quotes because it's not really a super big city or anything. I can't imagine living in like New York City or like like Chicago. Like, I just can't imagine it. When you're done with the Batman, watch the Penguin TV show. It gets even grittier. I'm not a big fan of the gritty. I feel like Rose probably would appreciate it more. For me personally, I don't know if that would be my cup of tea. Yeah, you do need a step ladder to get on the horse. It's true. The horse disappeared as soon as you turned around. Yep. It was spooky. Oh, speaking of spooky, if anybody's played Ghost of Yote and you haven't done like the Spider Lily mission, Dude, that is such a good side mission. It is so atmospheric and so spooky. I actually legitimately was scared during some of it. I passed by where I needed to go for these. I got distracted. We're going down here. That is such, yeah, that was one of the best. Say what you want about Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, but Sucker Punch does a really good job with their art style, like their artistic style. So good. They do some of their stuff in there is just like really good. Like even the way they do like their screens with the painting and the brush strokes and stuff and the yeah, they do amazing. I hope none of those clowns wear a purple suit and green hair. I was walking down. I've only been to New York City twice. One of the times I was there, I was just like walking down Times Square and like two naked, like topless chicks walked by, and I was like, okay. I was like, is this a regular occurrence? Are you protesting something? I don't remember. They had paints on them, so it wasn't like completely naked, but I was like, all right, that's something you don't see every day where I'm from. American cities are so big. When you say you don't live in a big city per se, you mentioned I could walk across my whole city in less than 40 minutes. Yeah, my city's not very. Yeah, the city I live in is not very big. I don't know. What's the here? I'll give you. Let's see. Do a little sleuthing here real quick. Okay, New York City has an estimated population of around 8.48 million people as of mid-2024, and it's big. New York City is very big. Now, where I live, in 2023, the estimate was around 144,000 people. So it's like the largest city where I'm currently living. But, like, it's not a super big city, you know? You don't see that here every day, but damn, my deadass be forgetting that it's technically illegal to do that. Yeah. I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, okay. I was, like, not expecting it. I know there's isn't I don't know if he's technically naked, but the guitar guy, doesn't he live there? Like naked guitar guy. Goes around with the flag paint or whatever. New York City has more people than the country of Finland altogether. Yes. It is crazy how many people live in some of the cities around here. Oh, I'm curious, Chicago. Let's look up Chicago. How many people live in Chicago? Okay, so about 2.7 million as of 2020 census. It's around the same 2024 estimate. Yeah. You're mostly packed like sardines here. If it's rush hour on the train and subway or tourist spots, yeah. And my experience in New York was very good. Both times I was there. So one time I was there, it was just me and a friend of mine, another woman, and we were on the subway or whatever it's called there, because I don't have public transportation like that. What's the difference between subway and metro? It's the same thing. I don't know. One of them's overground, one of them's underground. I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm not a city girl. And anyway, we were there, and it was late. It was so late, and there was like nobody in the compartment we were in. And this one guy goes to get off, and he's like, "Hey, just so you guys know, if you stay back here, it's not going to take you where you want to go because these stop. You have to get up in the first two sections or whatever." And I was like, super nice guy. Did not have to tell us that at all. And he was totally right. Like, we totally would not have made it back where we were trying to go. We would have gotten stuck. So super nice there. And then another time we stopped at a little restaurant off the side. So we were like off the main path. Like we weren't in Times Square, and it was like dark and it was late. and we kind of were trying to figure out how to get back toward where we needed to go. And there was actually a police officer nearby, and we were just like, hey, can you point us in the right direction? Like, he's super nice as well. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. You go down this way and here, you know, make a right or whatever, and you're going to be back right in the main strip. But I was like, so my experiences there with people were mostly good. My only negative experience, and it wasn't even like a huge thing, we were walking down Times Square at night, just me and my friend, and this very large, and this comes into it, okay? This very large black man comes up and like wraps his arms around both of us because he's trying to get us to buy, like, take his CD or like buy a CD or whatever. And of course, I have a personal bubble that I don't like people to invade. And like, we both kind of shrug off and go away. And he's like, what? You don't like black people? And I was like, no, I don't care if shit who you are. I don't like random men who are much larger than me, or people in general coming and putting their hands on me. Hands off. Okay? This has nothing to do with your race, you asshole. Don't touch. Not acceptable. But that was like the only thing that happened that was like kind of a negative. And then like he gave us a little bit of a hard time, but then, you know, we just started walking away and ignored him, and it was fine. That's aggressive marketing. I don't know if it's like people, Rose will probably know a little bit. People do stand up there and try to like hand you stuff a lot. I will say that. Like this was a long time ago, so CDs were probably still a thing at that point. But like whatever it was, he was trying to, his music, he was like trying to get us to take his music. I don't know if it was buying or just taking it. I don't even know. At that point I was just like, please stop touching me. Please don't touch me again. Because he like reached back out toward us and I was like, no. No touchy. No touchy, please. No touchy. But like, I don't know you. And I don't know you anything. We call it train and subway all the same, but there is actually a regular looking train called Metro North. Okay. Because like where I used to live, you could go 45 minutes away to a town, and I think it's the Metro you pick up there. And I know that's above ground. And you could take the Metro in to go down if you wanted to go to like watch like an O's game. The naked cowboy is basically at Times Square, but he's not full naked. Okay, I didn't think he was full naked. Never thought much of it, but I've seen the dude since I was little. He wears some kind of Speedo. That's it. He wears the Speedo. I only know. I don't think I saw him did I see him when I was there at all? I don't think I saw him when I was there at all. I think I've just seen like documentaries and stuff of naked cowboy in the Speedo, which is hilarious. People get really aggressive where I live. So again, while I live in a city, it's not a super big city, but people get really aggressive around like when you're going to go in like Publix or the grocery store. It actually, when I first moved down here, got to the point where I was like, I didn't want to live in this city anymore, because I was like, every time I go out, somebody asks me for money. And I was like, look, like, I get it. I understand. But at the same time, like, I'm struggling myself. Like, I please stop coming up to me and not only asking for money. I'd have people ask me for rides. Like, I would have men walk up and like, and they'd start off, I'm not going to ask you for money, and I don't want to hand out any money. It's like, but I've got like this job interview on the other side of town. I really need to get there. Can you give me a ride there? No, I'm sorry. No, if it's legit, look, I want to live in a world where I can help everybody that like asks for help. I want to have the money and the resources and live in a world where that's okay. But I live in a world where I get, they get in my car and they might murder me. And I also don't have unlimited resources. So, but every time I would go, whether I was at the gas station or the grocery store, inevitably one or more people would come up to me and ask for money. I need to buy my kids some food. Can you give me some money? Like, I need to get over here. Can you give me a ride? Man, I got my 6 babies and I don't have any gas to get where I need to go. Can you just give me a little bit of gas money? And it's got to the point where I was just like so anxious to go out to places, because I was like, I don't, when I'm out, I just want to get what I need done, and I don't want to talk to anybody. My social anxiety just can't. And I'm just like, I feel for all of you if you like legitimately need all this stuff. However, there are maybe it's not the best, but there are other resources that you can use other than just people that you see. Like, there's so many panhandlers even in the front of my local mall. Bus stops there, so yeah, my voice, just don't make eye contact. Listen to what they're saying. If you can't help, act like you heard them. If you can help them, act like you heard them. Yeah. Depends on how directly they're speaking to you. Yeah. So it's crazy because, like, yeah, making eye contact doesn't work. So they chase you down. and I always try to be very kind you know, and sometimes I do. Like, it's a huge problem here because of the area we live in. There are people that are like professional panhandlers that they go. There's a cougar over there on the side. I can see walking. They'll sit at the corners of all the major things. They make a ton of money, and they don't care. They don't want food. They don't want drinks. They just want the money. And they make a lot of money there. They're not really as down out as you think they were. And then there's probably legitimate people that really do need help. And like, I try to be sympathetic. Sometimes I'll give $1 or something, like, to somebody comes up. I put $5 in the one woman's gas tank before. Like, I'll do things here or there. And I get it. They might be scamming. They might not need it. It might be whatever. But it's if I can do it, I'll do it at that time. Most of the time, though, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I can't help you today. Like, because I can't. You know, I just don't have the means to do it. So, you know, but I try not to treat people like terribly because of it. Because I understand that, like, legitimately people are in hard times. And so I get it. But at the same time, like, they stress me out, man. They stress me out. Oh, it's materials. I was like, I thought I needed a resupply. I don't really have a lot to give you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Get it going a little bit here. And the funny thing is like, not making eye contact is like so anti all of my training, because when you talk about, like, from a safety standpoint of not being a target, the one thing you're supposed to do, especially as a woman, is to make eye contact with people, because like people who are more likely to attack you or like outside of here are looking for people who are avoidant, you know, earbuds in, like easy targets. So by making eye contact, it like lessens your chances of becoming a victim of being attacked. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to make eye contact because then somebody might talk to me. I don't know about that side, but over here we have folks selling stuff. Everything from sweets to boiled eggs to chargers and battery packs. When you're in basically a van, one look at them and boom. They're like, you will buy my things. Basically, when I go out, I just don't want to. It's not that I'm not a nice person. It's not that I don't like people. And it's not that if somebody talks to me, like, I'm fine to talk to them. But at the same time, like, when I go out, I just want to, like, do what I need to do and get home. Like, I don't want to stay around and chat. I'm not, like, I don't want to just start chatting with people randomly, because that's just not me. So yeah, some people just, they stress me out. They stress me out. I'm like, please leave me alone. Stop stressing me out. Let me just check something here real quick. There we go. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up there. We've had some good conversations today. I really appreciate all of you. I need to get into my day, though. I got a bunch of schoolwork I got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get some food and get started with that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. I will be back next Saturday. Actually, no, probably not. I was thinking I might do a little Disney Dreamlight tomorrow just because... Yeah, probably not, though, because I probably do need to get ahead on my schoolwork, so I probably won't do that. But yeah, probably the next time I'll be back is Saturday with some Red Dead Online. So thank you again so much. Oh, right, I forget, at least you're normally walking kind of fast-paced. They don't have much of a chance catching, especially on your own on the street. Yeah, don't make eye contact. That's it. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, make eye contact so you're not a victim. It's crazy. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will chat with you all soon. Bye, everybody.